If your hands feel like ice, even when everyone around you is perfectly warm, if your feet go numb halfway through a short walk, or your ankles puff up by afternoon and nobody has given you a real answer for why, then the next 15 minutes could genuinely change how you manage your health. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share is something most doctors never take the time to explain properly. I'm Dr. Michael Kent, and I've spent over 20 years in clinical practice working with patients over the age of 60. In that time, I've seen thousands of seniors struggle with circulation problems, cold extremities, swelling, leg cramps, fatigue. And here's what honestly frustrates me. The solutions exist. They're backed by research, but most people are never given the full picture. They're told to just take it easy, that it's part of getting older. That advice is incomplete, and it leaves people suffering when they simply don't have to. So today, we're going to fix that. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why circulation declines after 60, what's really happening inside your blood vessels, and a specific drink plus a 5-minute morning habit that can start restoring warmth and energy to your body. Now, before we dive in, drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from today. And if any of those symptoms I just described sound familiar, type C1 in the comments. Hit subscribe and tap that notification bell because I share content like this every single week. Let me walk you through the 6 warning signs of poor circulation, because recognizing what's happening in your body is step 1, and some of these are going to surprise you. Number 1, persistently cold hands and feet. Not cold when it's chilly outside, I mean ice cold in a warm room, even with socks on, even when everyone else is comfortable. That's your blood not reaching your extremities the way it should. Number 2, numbness and that pins and needles sensation. Not just when you sit in an awkward position, happening constantly, all the time. That's your nerves starving for oxygen-rich blood that simply isn't arriving. Number 3, swollen ankles and lower legs. This is called edema, and it happens when fluid builds up in the tissue instead of being properly circulated back through your system. Many seniors assume it's just a normal part of aging. It's not something to dismiss. Number 4, leg cramping and heaviness when you walk or climb stairs. Your muscles are calling out for oxygen that poor blood flow simply isn't delivering. In medicine, we call this claudication, and it's far more common after 60 than most people realize. Number 5, and this one surprises almost everyone, hair thinning and brittle nails. Your hair follicles and nail beds need steady blood supply to function properly. When circulation drops, so does their health. Many people blame stress or hormones. The real cause? Blood flow. And number 6, restless leg syndrome. That crawling, pulling sensation at night that won't let you sleep. Deeply disruptive to your rest and recovery and directly connected to circulation. If any of these sound familiar right now, type the word circulation in the comments. I genuinely want to know who I'm helping today. All right, so why does circulation decline as we age? Understanding the root cause is what lets you actually fix the problem, not just chase the symptoms. Most people picture the circulatory system like a simple garden hose. But here's the thing, it's much more like a living, responsive highway system. Your blood vessels constantly expand and contract based on chemical signals. And after 60, 3 things start going wrong with that highway simultaneously. Root cause number 1, nitric oxide deficiency. Nitric oxide is the molecule your body produces naturally to tell blood vessels to relax and open up, a process called vasodilation. Think of it as the traffic controller for your circulatory highway. When it's working properly, blood flows freely to your fingers, your toes, your ankles, all of it. Here's what shocks most of my patients. After age 60, your body's nitric oxide production drops by roughly 40 to 50%. That's not a minor dip. That's your traffic controller going half blind. Blood vessels stay narrower than they should, and blood has a much harder time reaching your extremities. And this is the underlying cause of most circulation symptoms in seniors. Root cause number 2, chronic inflammation. Now this gets a little technical, but stay with me, it's worth understanding. Short-term inflammation is actually healthy. It's your immune system protecting you. But chronic, low-grade inflammation that builds silently over years is an entirely different story. It thickens the blood, stiffens vessel walls, and reduces their flexibility. So you now have blood that's harder to move, going through vessels that can't adapt the way they used to. That is a recipe for poor circulation. Root cause number 3, thyroid dysfunction. Your thyroid hormones regulate how efficiently your cardiovascular system operates. When thyroid function drops, which happens frequently in both men and women after 60, though it's particularly common in women, everything slows down, including circulation. And here's the part that troubles me most. Many people have borderline thyroid issues that fall just beneath the clinical diagnosis threshold, so they're never treated for it. So what you often have is all three happening at the same time: lower nitric oxide, chronic inflammation, and underperforming thyroid function, and they reinforce each other. That is the storm that's stealing the warmth from your hands and feet. Hit that like button if this is finally making things click for you. Okay, now that you understand what's causing the problem, let me tell you about what I call the circulation reset drink, and more importantly, why each ingredient specifically targets those root causes we just talked about. This isn't guesswork. Each of these ingredients has solid research behind it. Ingredient number 1, fresh beetroot. Beets are one of the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates on the planet. And here's what actually happens when you consume them. Your body converts those nitrates into nitric oxide. You remember what nitric oxide does? That's right. It relaxes and opens your blood vessels. You're giving your body the raw materials to do what age has made harder for it to do on its own. Research published in the journal Nutrients confirmed that dietary nitrates from beetroot significantly improve vascular function in older adults specifically. This is targeted science for people over 60. Ingredient number 2, fresh ginger. Ginger does two powerful things here. First, it contains compounds called gingerols that are potent natural anti-inflammatories, directly targeting root cause number 2. Second, ginger has a warming, vasodilatory effect that encourages blood to move toward the surface and out to your extremities. If you've ever eaten fresh ginger and felt that warmth spread through your body, that's not just a sensation, that's real physiology. A study in the journal Food and Function found that ginger enhances peripheral circulation specifically and acts as a natural vasodilator without side effects. Ingredient number 3, pomegranate juice. Pomegranate is loaded with polyphenols that both protect your arteries and boost your body's own nitric oxide production. So you're hitting the nitric oxide issue from two directions. Beets supply the building blocks, and pomegranate supports the production process itself. Research published in the journal Atherosclerosis showed that pomegranate juice increases nitric oxide activity in the body, improves blood flow, and actually helps protect arterial walls from plaque buildup. For seniors at elevated cardiovascular risk, that last part is especially important. Ingredient number 4, turmeric. The active compound in turmeric is curcumin, and it may be one of the most well-studied natural anti-inflammatory substances we know of. It works by reducing the inflammatory compounds that stiffen blood vessels and thicken blood. It also supports antioxidant pathways that protect your vessel walls from damage over time. Combined with ginger in this drink, you're hitting chronic inflammation from two different angles simultaneously. Ingredient number 5, fresh lemon juice. Lemon is high in vitamin C, critical for two things: collagen synthesis, which keeps your blood vessel walls strong and elastic, and direct support of nitric oxide production. Think of it as the protective coating for your vascular highway. And finally, coconut water or filtered water as the base. Coconut water gives you natural electrolytes, potassium and magnesium, that support healthy cardiovascular function and blood pressure regulation. Plain filtered water works too, but if coconut water is accessible to you, it genuinely adds value. So what you have in this drink is a multi-pronged approach: boosting nitric oxide production, fighting chronic inflammation, protecting vessel walls, and supporting overall circulatory function. These ingredients aren't just healthy in a general sense, they're specifically targeting the root causes of poor circulation in seniors. All right, here's exactly how to make this. You'll need a blender and about 5 minutes. Start with half a cup of fresh beets. You can use half a cup of fresh pressed beetroot juice, or you can chop up half a cup of raw beet and blend it directly. Raw beet actually retains more of the active compound, so I prefer it when you have the time. Wash them thoroughly. You can leave the skin on. That's where many of the nutrients concentrate. Next, add 1 tablespoon of fresh pomegranate juice or a small handful of fresh pomegranate seeds. Fresh always outperforms bottled in terms of active compound concentration. Then add 1 teaspoon of freshly grated ginger root. Please use fresh ginger here, not the dried powder. Fresh gingerols are significantly more bioavailable. A helpful tip: keep a piece of ginger root in your freezer and grate it directly from frozen. It works perfectly and saves prep time. Add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. If you can get fresh turmeric root, about 1 inch of it, even better. Then squeeze in 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. Squeeze it yourself. Bottled lemon juice typically contains preservatives and has lower vitamin C content. And finally, add half a cup of coconut water or plain filtered water if coconut water isn't available to you. Blend everything for about 30 to 45 seconds until completely smooth. You can drink it as a smoothie with the fiber included, which has its own cardiovascular benefits, or strain it through a fine mesh strainer if you prefer a cleaner juice consistency. Either works perfectly. Choose whichever you prefer. One important note: prepare this fresh every single morning. It takes under 5 minutes once you've done it a couple of times, and fresh preparation means maximum potency from every ingredient. Don't make a large batch and store it for several days. The active compounds degrade with time and air exposure. Now, the when matters just as much as the what, and this is where the real synergy comes in. Drink this first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Here's why that matters. After an overnight fast, your gut lining is primed for absorption. Nutrients are taken up faster and more efficiently than they would be after a full meal. Your circulatory system is also waking up and getting ready to serve your body for the day. Giving it this support first thing sets the tone for your circulation for the next several hours. Drink the full glass, then wait about 20 to 25 minutes before eating breakfast. And now, here's the part that multiplies the effect. This is what I call the synergy step, and it's where most people leave results on the table. Immediately after drinking, within 5 minutes, do 5 to 10 minutes of gentle movement. Now, I'm not talking about jumping on a treadmill. I'm talking about the kind of gentle movement your body was designed to do every morning. Here's what actually happens. The drink triggers your body to ramp up nitric oxide production. Movement amplifies that release by contracting your muscles and stimulating the cells lining your blood vessels, called endothelial cells, to produce even more nitric oxide. The two together create a compounding effect that's dramatically more powerful than either one alone. What kind of movement? 10 gentle squats holding onto a chair for balance if needed. Marching in place, lifting your knees slowly and deliberately. Gentle arm circles combined with slow side-to-side weight shifts. Even 5 minutes of slow walking around your home counts. The goal is gentle, sustained movement, not intensity. In my experience, patients who pair the drink with morning movement report feeling warmth returning to their extremities within 15 to 20 minutes. That's not placebo, that's nitric oxide doing its job on a newly primed system. Before you run to the kitchen, I want you to hear this section carefully, because I care about doing this right. If you're currently taking blood-thinning medications, warfarin, rivaroxaban, apixaban, or similar anticoagulants, please speak with your prescribing doctor before starting this drink regularly. Ginger, turmeric, and beetroot all have mild natural blood-thinning properties. For most people, that's beneficial, but combined with pharmaceutical blood thinners, there can be an additive effect that needs monitoring. If you have a history of kidney stones, be aware that beets are naturally high in oxalates. Check with your doctor before making beetroot a daily habit. This drink can have a modest blood pressure lowering effect. That's generally good for circulation, but if you're already on blood pressure medication, monitor your readings and have a conversation with your doctor about whether any adjustments become appropriate as your circulation improves. And finally, start with half the recipe for the first 3 to 4 days. Let your digestive system adjust. Some people experience mild changes initially, and going in gradually is just smart practice. Don't guess with this stuff. If something feels off, talk to your doctor. These ingredients are well tolerated by the vast majority of people, but your specific health history matters, and I'd rather you take 30 seconds to make a phone call than skip a step that could be relevant to your situation. All right, here's your complete action plan, the exact same framework I walk my patients through. Step number 1, gather your ingredients this week. Fresh beets or beet juice, pomegranate seeds or juice, fresh ginger root, turmeric powder, fresh lemons, and coconut water or filtered water. Buy organic when you can, especially for the produce you're consuming raw. If organic isn't accessible to you, wash everything thoroughly and move forward. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Step number 2, prepare this drink fresh every single morning. Under 5 minutes once you've done it a couple of times. Don't batch prep multiple days at once, you lose potency. Step number 3, drink on an empty stomach first thing, then wait 20 to 25 minutes before breakfast. That is your absorption window and you want to take advantage of it. Step number 4. Follow it immediately with 5 to 10 minutes of gentle movement. This is where the synergy happens. Even if you're tired, even if it's cold in your house, move. Squats, marching in place, arm circles, slow walking, just move. Step number 5. Be consistent for at minimum 2 full weeks before judging results. Circulation challenges develop over months and years. While many people feel real differences within days, meaningful and lasting improvement comes from consistency. Don't do it twice and say it didn't work. Step number 6. Track your symptoms daily. Keep a simple note on your phone or a small journal by the kitchen. Write down each morning how your hands and feet feel. Note your energy level mid-morning. Note whether your ankles are swollen by afternoon. These are your 3 key metrics. When you see improvement on paper, it motivates you to keep going. Step number 7. Stay hydrated throughout the rest of the day. Aim for at least 6 to 8 cups of water. Many seniors are chronically underhydrated, and dehydration directly impairs blood flow. It sounds simple, but it genuinely matters. Look, I want to be real with you for a moment, because this is so much bigger than cold hands and feet. Poor circulation after 60 isn't just uncomfortable, it's a genuine health risk. When blood doesn't circulate properly to your extremities, wounds heal more slowly, nerve damage develops more easily, and the risk of blood clots increases significantly. Unaddressed, it can progress to the point of threatening your mobility and independence. But even beyond the physical risks, think about what poor circulation steals from your daily life. It steals your ability to take a comfortable walk with someone you love. It steals sleep because restless legs or cramping keep you awake. It steals confidence because you're afraid of cramping up or losing your footing. It steals independence. And honestly, I've sat with too many patients who told me they wish they'd taken these signs seriously 5 or 10 years earlier. Not because it's too late, it genuinely is never too late to start supporting your circulation, but because earlier action means easier improvement and more years of comfortable, active living. That's why I made this video. That's why I want you to understand this now, not 5 years from now when things have compounded further. All right, here's what I want you to commit to, and I'm being specific here. 21 days, 3 weeks, that's it. 1. Make the circulation reset drink every single morning. No excuses, no days off. 3 minutes to blend, 5 minutes to drink. 2. Follow it with 5 to 10 minutes of gentle movement. Whatever your current physical ability allows, work within it. Even seated arm movements count. 3. Drink at least 6 cups of water throughout the rest of the day. Hydration is circulation support. It is simple and it matters. 4. Log your 3 daily metrics each morning. Hand and foot warmth, afternoon ankle swelling, evening energy level. 3 quick notes. That's your data. 5. Talk to your doctor about this plan, particularly if you're on any medications. Show them the ingredient list. Most physicians will be supportive, and if yours isn't, ask them to explain specifically why. Most of my patients who follow this consistently report warmer extremities and reduced morning stiffness within the first week. By week 2, many notice less ankle swelling and improved energy mid-morning. By day 21, the changes are usually significant enough that they tell me they can't imagine going back. And listen, if you do this and you see real improvement, come back and leave a comment. Tell me what changed. Tell me how your feet feel. I love reading those updates. It's honestly what makes this work worthwhile. Let me share one story with you, because this really shows you what's possible when someone takes consistent action. I had a patient, we'll call him Leonard, 68 years old, retired electrical engineer, sharp as anyone I've ever treated. Leonard came to see me because over about 2 years, his feet had become permanently cold. Not occasionally cold, ice cold, year-round. By the time he sat down in my office, he was also dealing with significant swelling in his ankles by afternoon and leg cramps that were waking him up at least 3 nights a week. He'd already been to 2 other physicians. One told him it was probably just aging and poor veins. Another prescribed compression socks. Now, compression socks aren't a bad tool. I recommend them myself sometimes, but they're addressing the symptom, not the underlying problem. When we ran a full panel on Leonard, we found exactly what I described today. Significantly reduced nitric oxide production markers, elevated inflammatory proteins, and borderline low thyroid function that had never been flagged before. 3 root causes, all happening at the same time. You know what was remarkable? Leonard was otherwise in reasonably good health. He wasn't significantly overweight, he didn't smoke, he walked regularly. The issue was internal chemistry, age-related changes that had simply gone unaddressed. We put Leonard on this exact drink. The beetroot, ginger, pomegranate, turmeric, lemon combination, paired with morning movement. We also addressed the thyroid piece separately with his primary care doctor. After about 10 days, the night cramps had largely stopped. By the end of week 2, his wife mentioned that his feet actually felt warm when she touched them at night, for the first time in years. By week 3, the afternoon swelling had reduced enough that he fit comfortably into shoes he hadn't been able to wear for 18 months. Leonard told me at his follow-up, "I didn't realize how much energy I was burning just dealing with this every single day until it started getting better. I feel like I got something back that I thought was just gone." That's it. That's the whole thing. Not a miracle, not overnight, but consistent, meaningful improvement in the quality of a person's daily life, because someone finally looked at the root causes instead of just the symptoms. That's why I do what I do, and that's why I made this video for you today. All right, let me wrap this up with some straight talk. If someone tells you that cold hands and feet and swollen ankles are just something you have to accept after 60, they're wrong. That is not aging. That is an addressable problem. And if someone promises you an overnight cure with zero effort, that's not real either. Here's the truth. Circulation challenges develop slowly, over years of cumulative change. It makes complete sense that meaningful improvement takes consistent effort over weeks, not hours. But that effort is genuinely possible. And the results, when they come, are life-changing in the most practical, everyday ways. You deserve to feel warmth in your hands when you wake up in the morning. You deserve to get through a walk without your legs cramping. You deserve to put your shoes on in the afternoon without fighting swollen ankles. These aren't luxury outcomes, they're basic quality of life, and they are within reach. If what I shared today helped you understand your body differently, drop a comment below. Tell me what resonated. Tell me what questions you still have. I read every single one. And if you know someone over 60 dealing with cold extremities, swelling, or circulation problems, please share this video with them. It costs you nothing, and it could genuinely change their daily life. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. I share practical, research-backed senior health content every single week. Remember, your circulation isn't just about your hands and feet. It's about everything that depends on your body moving blood efficiently. Your energy, your sleep, your independence, your life. Take care of it. I'm Dr. Michael Kent. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.